Hello everyone, my name is Pavlo. I'm a musician. It's already actually third try to record this video because English is not my native language and I don't have really structure of my talking for now. But in this video I would like to share with you how did I come to Japan and why did I come to Japan. To be honest, I feel so awkward talking to camera right now and also a little bit nervous. Anyway, I live in Japan already for almost 3 years, and so the story about Japan started for me about 5 years ago. At the time I was studying in Germany, in university, originally from Ukraine, but I studied in Poland for 2 years and then in Germany for about 5 years. I was always kind of interested about Japanese culture. I watched some videos from people living in Japan, some vlogs, some like travel videos, and I was always interested to come here. Also, in a classical music world, like so many orchestras, so many ensembles, so many soloists coming to Japan every year for the big tours, and it's kind of like I liked that idea so much. So yeah, I was studying in Germany, and one day, it was about 1 year before I came to Japan, I saw audition to one Japanese orchestra. It was like on a very popular website, and it was written, I think, only like for 1 year contract or something. And audition was in Germany. Normally, audition would take place in Japan, of course, but they had auditions like in Germany, in Munich, in New York, I think, Tokyo, Japan, and somewhere else, Paris maybe. I'm not sure. So I was like, oh, I was living like so far away from Munich, but I decided to apply. So I sent video. Like first round was video. I sent video, and then after a couple of months, they invited me for actual audition. So the name of this orchestra is Hyogo Performing Arts Center Orchestra. So normally people say HPAC, their certain version, or in Japan is PAC. So it's very popular in Japan and having image of orchestra full of foreigners because it's the only orchestra making audition outside of Japan, and the idea of the orchestra to collect so many players all around the world. That's why they made auditions in many cities. So back to the story, I applied for that audition and they invited me for real audition in Munich. And I remember that day I had something one day before audition. I was studying on the north part of Germany, but München is south. So I had some performance or exam, I don't remember, one day before. So I took night train to audition, and audition, of course, in the morning. So I was like, had only a few hours of sleep in the train and then directly went for audition building. Yeah. And yeah, of course, like I was not that much satisfied, but the only thing I remember, it was very good flow. Maybe because I was too tired, I don't know. But yeah, of course, like some weird moment happening all the time, but the flow was there. So yeah. Anyway, I didn't expect anything from that audition. I just took it because it's why not, some adventure to go play audition, come back. And then after a couple of weeks, or maybe even about 1 month or 2 months, something like this, I get email that it was successful audition to me and they want to invite me playing in that orchestra. And also one thing, as I said before, on the website, as I remember, it was written like 1 year contract, but when I was playing audition, like we had some talk with the jury members, and one of the person from the orchestra asked me like, "Oh, do you know that our orchestra is only for 3 years?" I was like, "Oh, 3 years? Isn't it like 1 year?" And they said like, "Oh no, 1 year, but you can extend it for 2 more times, so 3 years in total." It's like, okay, whatever. Like anyway, I don't care that much because yeah, I just played audition. I'm so tired. Okay, and then so back to the story. I get email that they invited me. So I had like organize all the things and be ready to move to Japan. And the problem was that I could not finish my university in 4 months. And I start asking teachers like if I can do it faster. For example, I still have like 2 semesters program. Can I do it in 1 semester? Yeah, so many teachers and professors, they accepted that, and I was studying so hard these months. But some of the teachers didn't accept that. That's totally fine because it's not normal. And after being in Japan, I came back to Germany to play exam. Yeah, it was trombone exam. Anyway, yeah, and yeah, so I moved to Japan and I started working in that orchestra. And unfortunately, I worked only 1 year in that orchestra because after being only half a year there, I get another position in Tokyo. It was a principal trombone of Pacific Philharmonia Tokyo. And yeah, I had to leave that orchestra to start another work, but it's completely another story. It's not the topic of this video about my work. So that's why and how I came to Japan. It was just like random audition that I took, and yeah, now I'm here. And also another thing what I didn't mention before, like in about 1 year before I moved to Japan, I had opportunity to visit Japan for the first time. It was like I had a couple of concerts organized with this was like trombone and piano duo. We mixed programs, some solo pieces, some dia pieces. So we mixed like this kind of, we made this kind of program, and we had few concerts in Tokyo and around. And yeah, also the reason of that trip was partly personal reason. And I could stay for like 2 weeks in Japan, enjoying the culture. And yeah, that time, of course, it was like shocked experience for me because everything is so different and a little bit far away from what I expected, what I, like far away from the picture in my mind, but in a good way. Like, and after I came back from Japan, I was like, oh, would be great one day to experience to live there. So yeah, that's also the reason why maybe I applied for that audition, because of course I didn't expect anything. It's just 1 year contract, so I thought like, oh, even I can win this audition, I can just live for some time in Japan. But it went to another adventure in my life. So yeah, and also fun fact that almost all the foreigners living in Japan, musicians, my colleagues, almost all of them came because of that orchestra. Some of them like 20 years ago, some of them 10 years ago, some of them just like few years ago. But this is kind of a big opportunity if you wanna experience living in Japan. Like all orchestra in Japan very conservative, very, they value some traditions, some like, I never heard the story someone played audition in Japan for Japanese orchestra because it's just too far away and you don't know anyone. It's like, yeah, it's understandable. But this orchestra, they kind of special one because they made audition in many different cities around the world, so everyone has the opportunity to apply and live in Japan. Let me know what you think about the story, and yeah, as I said, I'm a little bit nervous and feel awkward talking to camera, but yeah, I also feel so inspired to share this story with you. Yeah, please let me know if there are any topics you're interested to hear from me. And yeah, if you like this video, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. If not, then unsubscribe. Yeah, see you soon.